started by Jay wanting to connect with people physically in this local community, and take our connection with car lovers from the virtual world at local-motors.com to the physical world here in Wareham, where we were building the Rally Fighter, and just share that physical experience. And what it became was Burgers, Cars, and Welding. And what it is it's a taste of what the microfactory experience is going to be once it's full blown and grown up. And so what happens is people come by, number one, just to enjoy the company of other car lovers, to hang out. And we have some food, we have burgers. And there are obviously cars there. People bring their own cars and they park them out back, and everybody checks them out and has a good time. And they actually get to see, month by month, the progression of the Rally Fighter development, which is probably the most exciting thing, to be able to physically see that, for a car company to open their doors and say, come see what we've done together, come see where we're at right now. And then, to make it even better, we do this educational bit, which is the welding. And every month they actually do something, show you how to accomplish something with your vehicle.
If he makes it something that's attainable for a father or mother and their son or daughter to come to the factory, and everything that we're building at Local Motors is around that concept. So I can't imagine Jay ignoring somebody who brings their son or daughter with him. Bob Bondurant in Arizona has the driver school for the 16-year-olds, where they get to do the donuts in the parking lot, but they learn about the cars. Yeah, that's it. Fully a third of the customers at Factory 5 are doing it with their daughter, are doing it with their son. This is a 16-year-old. I've got him, so I can tell you from experience, it's a fabulous time if you do it right. It's probably the worst time of your life as a parent if you do it wrong. And something like this as a project, give me the 16-year-old that doesn't want to at least take part in building a car. You might be the dorky dad for a little while, but if you're building the car, you're the dorky dad building a car, right? It's really okay.
The very start of the experience is actually, before the car is even chosen. If you choose to get involved at the very beginning, you actually help choose which design you love and push that into open development. And then bit by bit you get to participate, say what you like, what you don't like, even contribute designs to help move this forward. And as the car comes into the physical world, then the real experience, or sort of a continued experience, begins, where if you're a Rally Fighter buyer, you come in and you build your car, and that only takes the 2 weekends, so 6 days, but that's just the beginning. There's a whole lifetime of experiences to be had after that, where you can come back to the shop and work on your car, or you can come back and meet your friends, you can ride it on the track out back, that kind of thing. They'll have regular meetups like we do. We have BCWs here on a monthly basis, but I think that Rally Fighter owners are going to get together every weekend and go ride. So it's going to be an even richer community once we have the Rally Fighters. I'm really excited about that.
It's the people, the community that you're talking about. The car is just a conduit to bring people together, and it's really the people. They make or break the whole company. That experience they have will be great. They'll go two directions. They'll go the direction where they just drive the car and enjoy it, or they'll be an active part of your post-build community. Either way, they're spokespeople for Local Motors. So these good days.
It's cool to see people come out and they'll bring their sons or bring their family. Butch always comes and he brings his 2 sons, and we have local car lovers in the Wareham area that have never had a car company here before. So it's really unique for them to be able to come out and see a local car being built. So Greg Nurjan, might come out and see it. He's the Rally Fighter owner #1, and he can actually see his car coming to life. So that's a really intimate, exciting experience.
Literally, I was probably 3 seconds or something after the start, and he said, "You did it. You're #1." I said, I was just hoping to be within the top 1,000.
You've got people lining up in Bowling Green to build a Corvette, but they're not building a Corvette. They're driving it off the last 10 feet of the assembly line. Now they drive all the way to Bowling Green. They get in the car. It's a huge deal to them. Jay's taking that further. He's taking it and saying, look, start off, build it with me, live with me in your area. Hey, you have a problem? I'm right here. Yeah, that's different. That's why we're here. The Factory 5 model, which was, I'm going to give you this box full of parts, it's going to take you 300 hours to put it together. You can imagine the connection we have with the customers. I mean, that's kind of the Uber connection. Most companies don't even want that level of connection because it's so intense. And Jay, I think, is in that sweet spot. So I can't deal with the mass market. Jay can. He'll get somebody who's a lawyer who wants to spend the 70 grand on the coolest car he can find, wants to build it, but where is he ever going to find 300 hours to build a Factory 5? It's not going to happen. So there's Jay to fill the void. I mean, it's a neat world that way. If you have the interest as an enthusiast, but you don't have the time, 2 weekends and you have your car? There's no valet guy going to drive the 360 in the front of the line, right? It's going to be some specialty one-off car.
I see them go over to Europe to buy their BMW or their Mercedes because they get that cool experience of actually going to the factory, driving around Europe and then shipping the car home. And I think this is almost gives you that same sense of pride of origination. Where did it come from? It's a whole experience, that in the car buying process, and this actually in the car building and owning process. But it gives you that same sense of ownership and pride and being part of the process. And people are disconnected from so much today that it's definitely going to give them a sense of reality and of pride and of ownership and responsibility to some degree about what went into the car and how it runs and the fuel efficiency of it and all those things that are the little things that add up to kind of a bigger story.
So I wouldn't miss any of them. I actually enjoy all of that. I find that the camaraderie with the people, you got the sponsors, you got just a whole different wide aspect of people that all here for the same reason, for the car. You know what I mean? So no matter who you talk to, they're car people. And it isn't like going to another event where you're talking to someone you have no clue or whatever they like or do or anything like that. And I'd say a good amount of the people that were here, you could tell people who were supportive to Jay and supportive to local, and you know what I mean. I was actually amazed at the amount of orders he got, even to date, So, but I enjoyed it, and I love, the nice little shop they have here, and watching it from its infancy and grow into. Not everybody's got a 1-inch steel table, But if you want to build a car right, that is where it starts.
And these guys would hang with us every weekend. If there was a customer coming from out of town, they would bring their cars over, not just to show off the car, but to take part in the experience. So yeah, I don't care if there's 4 people in the backyard, that's a community. And the minute you have a community of people that actually bought the car and built it, like Jay's about to have in a few months, magic happens. That's where it happens. These guys, they are buying cars, they're going to have a ball with their cars. It's a great car. I saw the video of the thing doing Baja, even though Jay shouldn't have been going over 30 miles an hour, right? Here's doing 90 on some dirt road, right? Well, welcome to a community, right? That's what guys with cars do.
To me, no matter how cool the car is, it's all about the people. That's always going to be what's most special about Local Motors. I mean, the development, the future of cars could go any number of directions, but Local Motors will always be relevant and will always be special because of the community behind it. Because these people are passionate about cars, no matter what type of cars, and they're willing to work and willing to participate and give their ideas and the things that they really hold precious and participate in order to make these things come to life, and that's what's special.